Welcome back to Blue Line Patriot, guys. Today is just kind of an update video as far as my Glock 43. My Glock 43X. I keep making that mistake. I had a Glock 43 for quite some time, probably 2.5 years, something like that. So when I switched to the Glock 43X, I keep calling it the Glock 43. It's very similar, but it's not the same thing. So, Glock 43X, when I first got it, it was bare bones, stock, whatever. But I finally got my night sights, and they are doing just fine. I actually put these in myself. It wasn't very difficult. I mean, I did scratch them up a little bit, so people who are like afraid of scratching their guns, I guess I wouldn't recommend it to do it yourself, but it is easy. You have a scratch there, but they still work just fine. I didn't damage the gas inside. And to be honest with you, the scratches, personally, I don't care. I like used looking guns. It means you use them. But if I could erase them, I would, because it just kind of shows that yeah, you did it yourself and that's cool, but also whatever. But anyway, they work. I used a brass punch to kick the old ones off, put the new ones on. I used the Glock front sight tool to get my front sights there, and I eyeballed the hell out of it for well, I had it on, and then I had to adjust it a couple days later because it felt like it wasn't quite straight. So the sights actually came with a brass punch, which was cool. So if you want to do them yourself, or you try and do them yourself, really all you need is a hammer, and that tool it comes with is brass. So the brass is actually a softer metal than the steel, I guess these sights are. So so the brass is gonna deform quicker than the steel will, but it's still gonna scratch your finish. So be careful. But basically, you want to do your front sight first, because when you start tapping on it with the hammer, it's gonna deform the I guess the socket, if you will. So you want to do your front sight first, and they're easy as all hell. They just screw out. They screw back in. You just make sure that they're that they're even and level. You tighten it up, and it's good to go. You might want to use some red Loctite. If you're not gonna, if you have no plans to change them out, use some red Loctite. Get them in there nice and good. And then do your rear sights. So this way you're not deforming your, front. But I went and got a Glock tool, front sight tool, because after I put these on, I noticed that my front sight was like a little tiny bit off to one side or the other. Maybe it was just my eyeballs, I don't know, but I still want to do some extra work on it. So I went and bought an actual dedicated Glock tool. It's magnetic, so that's kind of cool too. So I went back and double and triple and quadruple checked it to make sure it's straight, and it is. So no problems at all. So anyway, I did my own, scratched them up a little bit, but personally, I don't really give two shits. I just make sure I put a, coat of oil on them every once in a while to keep them from rusting and corroding, and they're going to take care of themselves just fine. But they are very, very nice. They glow very well in the dark. Maybe I'll get a photo of that. Maybe not. I'll see if I can do it. If not, I won't put it in. If I can, I will. But anyway, the Punisher, what is it called? The back plate, the slide plate. I forget the exact term for it. But anyway, I got a burnt titanium, one of those, and it's actually really nice. I mean, it's like, depending on what angle the light hits it, it's basically blue, but it kind of, changes some different shades of blue, maybe a little bit of a purple tint to it. But it looks pretty cool, so I like it. Now the Punisher symbol itself is silver underneath there. And it's kind of cool because I went ahead and got a silver magazine release. It's not like an extended one. It doesn't actually come out like some of the what are they called, like enhanced ones. I kind of wish it did, but it doesn't. Whatever. But it still matches the color of the skull. Now, in the long run, oh, and by the way, you could do this yourself too. I did it myself, and I forgot about the plunger back here, so be careful with that because I almost lost it. The only reason I didn't lose it is because, well, I have a lot of experience messing around with guns, and I'm used to, you know, parts flying around. So, you know, my thing is, once I see something flying around, I do not move. I do not try and catch it. I just follow it with my eyes and watch exactly where it goes, and then I move. So if you move and try and catch it, you know, your head's moving, your eyes are moving, you might lose it, especially if it's a small piece. So my advice, if you're going to do your own work on stuff, don't move, don't try and catch it. Just watch where it goes. Follow it with your eyes. Do not move. And get it when it stops moving. You'll be able to follow it to exactly where it goes. And that's my advice. Take it or leave it. So I got, you know, my sights. I did them myself. They're dead on, so no problems at all. My back plate here, did that. Got my different magazine release. And to top it all off, I went ahead and got myself these made in USA. Does it say it on here? I thought it did. Oh, okay, there we go. Shield Arms. Shield Arms, 9mm, obviously. Magazine. So this holds 15 rounds instead of 10 rounds. That comes typically with your comes stock with your Glock 43. So I will say, guys, if it wasn't for this 15-round magazine, I would have never gone to the Glock 43X over the Glock 43. I would have stuck with the Glock 43. Still to this day, you know, I figured I'm not going to spend a couple $100 extra just to get 2 more rounds in my magazine. You know, I just don't care about that. But because of the Shield Arms 15-round magazine, that's what made me make the switch to the Glock 43X. It has 100% to do with the Glock with the magazine. So I figured the Glock 43, I had a +2 extension. Basically, it was the same exact shape as the Glock 43X, except the pistol grip was cut off here-ish, you know, and then the remaining part of it was a +2 extension. So kind of like the bottle of my pistol grip, you know, was wobbly. So this basically made it more solid, plus I have, you know, more rounds. I basically doubled my magazine capacity. You know, -1 round, because I had an 8-round magazine capacity. Then I moved up to a 15 to 16 round capacity. So I guess you could say 8 in the magazine, 1 in the chamber if I wanted to do that, but I don't do that. I just load the magazine up. I load the magazine in, chamber around. So if it's a 15-round magazine, I'm going to have 15 rounds on me, not 16. It's just what I do, whatever. Some people like to load a full magazine and have that +1 in there. If that's your cup of tea, by all means, drink up, whatever, shooter's preference. I don't really care. But the way I do it is 15-round magazine, loaded in, chamber around, so I have 14 in the magazine, 1 in the chamber. But either way, you're talking about a gun this size, this small, you know, a very, very capable, very nice concealed carry pistol. You know, very, very small, very thin, holding 15 rounds. And then, of course, I have an extra magazine, so I have 2 of these. And one of them is just kind of my backup magazine that is either in the center console of my car or, you know, on my person. Just depends on where I am, what I'm doing. But yeah, guys, Glock 43X, man, I don't think I'll ever replace this pistol as my off-duty carry or backup pistol. It's basically my backup pistol when I'm on duty. It's my you know, off-duty everyday carry, you know, when I'm off duty. So I love this gun. I cannot see myself replacing it with anything. You know, as time goes on, you know, maybe I'll get a new slide for it to get a red dot. It's not something that's a big priority for me. You know, I could shoot it just fine the way it is, you know, out to maybe 20 yards easy. 25 yards is kind of pushing it. Again, we have like a 3-inch barrel on this. It's not a, you know, it's not a duty pistol. So, you know, accuracy, it's only as good as what you trained up to be. So, I mean, it could be good. I think once I get at least maybe 500 to 700 rounds down range, you know, it won't be an issue. But right now, I'm confident to about 20 yards. Certainly confident at 15 yards, no problem at all. 20 yards is when I kind of like my groups start opening up and I'm drifting just a tad bit to the left. And I know that's my own trigger placement, my finger placement on the trigger. I know that's me. I know that's my trigger squeeze. So I got to get more rounds down range and you know, fine tune that squeeze to get rounds exactly where I want them. But 15 yards, very, very confident. I'd say a 4x4 inch square, 15 yards, I'll ding it all day. 20 yards, we're talking maybe out of 10 rounds, maybe like 7 rounds I'll hit. So, you know, whatever. But anyway, more range time, that is the cure to all your inaccuracy problems, is more range time. So that is what I will be getting. So in the long run, maybe I'll get a new slide, but that's not going to be for a very, very long time. I have no plans in the immediate future to change that out. One thing I might do down the line is is get a barrel that's kind of the same color, burnt titanium, kind of like my rear plate here. I think that'll be kind of cool. You know, I am a police officer. It's kind of like a, you know, black and blue, thin blue line, that sort of thing. It'd be kind of cool to have a burnt titanium barrel that matches my back plate here. But again, that's down the line. It's nothing I'm going to just hop on right away. So, you know, whatever. I got time. Nothing to rush there. But anyway, guys, that's the update to my Glock 43X. I love it. I don't think I'll ever replace it. I might upgrade things here and there. Maybe. If I do, I'll update it. And, of course, the more rounds I get down range, probably every 100 rounds or so, I'll go ahead and make some updates here. But maybe, you know, track the wear and tear and, you know, whatever. But Glock 43 adventures, so to speak. But that's pretty much it, guys. I love this pistol. I cannot see myself ever changing it up. I really can't. Like, unless, you know, some huge revolutionary thing happens with ammunition, magazine capacity, I just cannot see myself changing it up. I love this pistol. I think it's the perfect setup, especially for everyday carry. Even if you're not a police officer or whatever, you're just, you know, Joe civilian or whatever. Maybe, you know, whatever you are, military, police, EMT, regular civilian, whatever. I think this is an excellent everyday carry, especially with the 15-round magazine. So I would recommend it to anybody any day of the week. I think it's great. So that's all I got to say about the Glock 43X. It's amazing. I love it. I'll never replace it. And these are my updates. So anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. Stay safe out there. Stay American. I'll talk to you all next time.